Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another anime review. This was one that a friend of mine from work actually let me borrow, and I had heard of it before, but I had never watched it, and of course it's called Loveless, and Sobi and Ritsuka are on the cover. And there are only 12 episodes in the entire series, and I really enjoyed the series. I thought it was very unique and unlike anything I'd ever watched before. Of course, I've watched really strange shows like Bobo 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 and Fooly Cooly and Dead Leaves. Actually, Dead Leaves was a movie done by the same studio that did Fooly Cooly and had the same theme. And I've watched shows like Nia Under Seven and well, Nia Under Seven wasn't. Yeah, it was weird. I actually retract by saying it isn't because it is kind of an odd show. Um, but I have to admit that all the episodes I really enjoyed, but it kind of left it on a cliffhanger, and I think that's where the manga takes off. Um, Last episode really made me cry though, and I didn't really care that much for it, honestly, because it just made me feel very uncomfortable watching it. But of those of you who have actually watched the anime, you probably agree with me, especially if you've read the manga, but I haven't, so I can't really state that with absolute clarity or confidence because I really don't know. I've heard that the manga goes more into detail about septimal moon and all this, but it's a very interesting anime, and I really enjoyed it, even though there are shades of yaoi, and you know, I'm not really bothered by that. I've seen stuff like this before, and it doesn't really irritate me in one way, sense, a shape, or form. In fact, I'm one of the believers that love is love, and I accept it in all its many different facets. I actually wrote down all the names of the characters because there are just so many. And of course, Sobi and Ritsuka, they're they're part of the main character fixation. But Sobi used to belong to Seimei, who is Ritsuka's brother, and he was also known by the name of Loveless. But they go into that, but it's also very intriguing and mysterious, and there's always that essence of kind of suspense within that, and the whole enigma that you're trying to figure out the entire time. And you've got Yuiko. Yuiko is actually kind of got a crush on Ritsuka. Well, from the very first episode, they hint on that, and well, it's very overt. And then you feel sorry for Yayoi. I really liked Yayoi and and Yuiko together. I thought Yayoi. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's because of my old school background in anime, but Yayoi really reminded me of Megane from Urusei Yatsura, especially when he started yelling things in just in no general direction. I thought, yep, that's Megane, just in a younger grade school form, who just can't seem to make the girl of his affection realize that he has feelings for her. And I thought, yeah, I feel ya. Yeah, I've been there. I empathize. But yeah, that's probably why I like his character quite a bit, and I feel really sorry for him. But you know, the last episode they kind of segued into the fact that maybe they could have more than just a friendship. Oh, that would be lovely. I love those two together. I just think they're so cute. And then you have different characters that are united one to another. They have this system called the Sentoki system, or Sentoki. Is it pronounced Sentoki? I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, because I'm not a native Japanese speaker, but I try to hear what I try to repeat what I hear, and I think it's Sentoki. And of course they can initiate spell battles with one another. And I'm not really sure of the whole purpose of that, but it's like the system knows, like the system is self-aware, which I thought was really interesting. It's sort of like the whole idea of Serial Experiments Lane, if you've seen it. The whole idea of the interwebs having its own intelligence is kind of a creepy notion, but it just had that same kind of feel to it, I thought. Um, and you've got Kyo, who's Sobi's friend. They live in the same apartment, and it's overtly, well, they do it in a very subtle way, but you know that Kyo and Sobi have a relationship going on. Then you've got Septimal Moon, who was Sobi's sensei, so to speak, who taught him everything he knows, especially how to defeat Zero. Actually, there are two different forms of Zero, and apparently Zero, they can't feel pain. They have been created, so to speak, and I thought this really reminds me of Armitage, and it also reminds me of Key the Metal Idol and Battle Angel Alita, and what's another one that's really Time of Eve, or Tenchi Muyo, Daughter of Darkness. Another one I could think of right off the top of my head would probably be the third, the girl with the blue eye. I'm just thinking about all the animes that have that same kind of caveat running in their storytelling, and it's just the whole idea of playing God, like Parasite Eve kind of underlining theme, and it gave me the creeps a little bit. But we don't really get to know that much about Septimal Moon until later on in the series, almost halfway through it. And I was really fascinated by him, and just how enigmatic he was. And I can say that out of all the animes I've seen, this is a really good one, and I really enjoyed it. The last episode just kind of leaves you hanging, and you think, now I'm going to have to read the manga. That's definite. But the art style is beautiful. The music is really gorgeous, and it fits the theme. One of the songs I really like the best is the song that's sung in French, and I'm not sure what it is. I wish I could find it because it's just so very emotional. It's usually played in scenes that are very tense and emotive. This is, I'm not really sure how to classify this particular anime. I would say it's soft yaoi. There's fan service, just a little bit, not too terribly much. It's just, really, it's more art for art's sake. There really isn't any, say, nudity actually in this. This is tame compared to what some of the things I've watched with nudity involved, or it doesn't nearly have as much gore as some of the other things I've seen, like Corpse Girl, or the Girl from Hell. Corpse Princess, I should say. Corpse Princess has got a lot of gore in it. Or just the really horror related animes like Devil Lady. It's got, it has horror elements, but it doesn't really have the gore factor. It's got that underlining kind of eerie feel to it that I really like, because I like animes that go into the supernatural, and it's just it's really well done, and I have to give it 2 thumbs up, and I'll give it 4 stars, 4.5, because the last episode I have issues with. I just they didn't really finish the series. And like my friend at work told me, they continued it in the manga. And I'm gonna have to read the manga, but eventually I'm going to do that, and I can get through a book of manga in no time flat. It's just hop, skip, and a jump, and I'm done. I really can't say too terribly much else other than I got quite a bit that I'll be watching. Of course, I mentioned Corpse Princess. I've only seen clips. I've got the DVD. I got a import. I'm gonna be watching the rest of the Ruby Gloom DVDs I have. I don't have The Girl Who Loves to Rock. That's the only DVD I am missing of the entire series. Dang it. And of course I got the Pixie Hollow games, and the Pirate Fairy will be out fairly soon, which I definitely have to see because I'm a huge fan of pirates. Of course, anybody who knows me knows this. I've loved Neverland ever since I was a little girl, and I think there's a bit of a buccaneer in me somewhere, but I'm really not the type of buccaneer who would Shanghai you. I'm just more the type that would come to some sort of agreement and consensus, and if we could come to an agreement, I would let you go. I'm not the type that would just keel haul you. No, I'm too nice for that. I'm more of a negotiator and a peacemaker, and I'm a lover and not a fighter. And of course, got the Garden of Words, Evangelion, You Cannot Redo. And I've seen the other two, and Mari is back in this one. And from the second one that I've watched, I don't know why this is, but I really, really, really like Mari, even though she is psychotic. She is just totally messed up in the head, and I love her. She's just so violent, and she's just twisted, but I don't know what it is about her character that I like so much, but I just do. And I've got The Hogfather, I've got Going Postal, I've got Golden Boy, which was recommended to me by a whole lot of different people. I haven't watched it yet. A lot of people have told me that Irresponsible Captain Tyler is also very hilarious, which I have. I have both. I have original and I have the OVA and then the TV series. I've got Cats versus Dogs, Cats and Dogs, I should say. Revenge of Kitty Galore, haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to because I loved the first one. Tin Man, and then I've got Tin Man is a series. It's basically Wizard of Oz, and I probably should be doing that one fairly soon because I'm going to be seeing Wicked on my birthday. It's the second time I've seen it. And then I have Crossfire Hurricane, which is a Rolling Stones movie. So I've got quite a bit that I'll be doing, and I will definitely keep you up to date. Let's see, I've been doing illustrations of my original characters from the Jack Spicer tale I wrote. You can see Elias Shane looks exactly like his daddy. Yume, she resembles her mother, and of course Himeko is exactly like Daddy because she's Daddy's girl. But if I were to do a cosplay, she would be the one I would do because she's more like me. Was I really wanted to go as Jack? Because when I back in the day when I was a young whippersnapper, I used to role play as Jack Spicer. Evil boy genius, but I would and people would compliment me every single time, and they would say, you sound exactly, you've tuned into your inner evil genius. I'm not sure how you've done so, but somehow. This part of me really likes playing that evil boy genius, and it's fun. But in reality, I'm not really a bad person at all. I know the consequences of doing such things, and I know that they would lead to jail, and I don't want to go to jail. No. What else? I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. yet. I will get to that when I have the time. Please get off my back. But I will definitely do so. Um, what else? Looking forward to Sam Hain, of course. Not sure what I'm gonna do for Sam Hain this year, but we'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Ah, yes. On Saturday, I am going to be taking my CCT. Please cross your fingers and dot your I's and cross your T's. Cross your I's if need be. I'm going to be recording another song that I wrote recently. And that's pretty much it, other than I'm going to be getting Akira, the 25th anniversary edition for the anniversary of my birth. This was the first real anime film that I watched that was considered of an adult nature. That was what really turned me on. I guess I could say that's what really made me a bona fide otaku. I will watch it again, and I will do a review of the 25th anniversary version of it. Of course, I've already done a review from Up on Poppy Hill, which I'm also getting for my birthday. But that's pretty much it, other than I'm reading the prequel book, The Perfect Beast, to After Earth, and so far it is absolutely phenomenal, and as soon as I finish it, I'll do a full review. I've been watching clips of Attack on Titan, and I love it. And it's done by the same studio that did Claymore, which I absolutely adore. Claymore. I read the manga, and I thought, this is so epic, and the storytelling is just so gripping, and all the different characters, you just get so involved with them, and the artwork was just absolutely breathtaking, and I just could not put it down. Of course, I haven't really watched the anime. I've seen clips, but from what I can tell by looking at the cover art and everything, I think they did everything perfectly. And I'll watch that in the near future. I'm not sure exactly when. There are quite a few films coming out. Of course, there is Rush, which I'm probably not going to see in the cinemas, sadly. I'm definitely looking forward to Captain Phillips, because I love Tom Hanks, and anything Tom touches, he turns to gold. I'm hoping to see Saving Mr. Banks, of course, because it's about one of my favorite films of all time, or this subject in general, which would be Mary Poppins, and me being the Anglophile that I am, I'm looking forward to that. Of course, there are two films about World War II, which you know I'm going to have to see. World War II buff right here. Of course, Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I'm looking forward to that. And people that have been done before, I'm like, come on, Ben Stiller. Where can you go wrong with that? He's hilarious. Or is it wait, is it Ben Stiller? I think it's Ben Stiller. It's either Ben Stiller or Steve Carell. Whichever person it is, I think that they're going to tell it in a new and fresh way that will be very enjoyable. And of course, we've got Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Divergent, which when I saw the trailer for that, my inner fangirl squeed a concert A. And of course, I'm not sure where that accent came from, but of course, I will be looking forward to seeing Ender's Game, which was a book that I grew up with. And of course, a lot of people grew up with that book, but again, I said, Dad, have you ever heard of this? Orson Scott Card is one of the biggest sci-fi writers in the history of humankind. You do not know who this man is. Let me tell you. This is the book that sold so many copies, and of course, right now I'm rambling, so I should stop. Hopefully, you will enjoy the future of what I'm going to bring you, and keep me in your thoughts and prayers for the 5th of October. That's when I will be taking my test. But I already got my certification for graduation, so it's official. I'm currently done, so-called. I think I'm done, but I may go back to school later on in life and get a little bit of X-ray expertise. But I'm thinking about it, and I think that would be what I really needed. But right now I'm just happy to have that out of the way, and looking forward to the 5th of October and getting that squared away as well. So I shall see you next time. Until next time, live long and prosper, and ciao, everybody.